Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a craft challenge and I'm so excited about it. So I just picked up all of these different little goodies from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to be challenging myself to make some Valentine's junk journals using mainly this stuff. Before we get started, let's just kind of take like a general look at what we have to work with here. So right here in the middle, we have this glitter tulle and there's 3 yards of it. I think that it's really pretty. It's almost like a lavender mauve and I just really like it. So this is gonna be probably a little bit of a star in this Valentine's show here. Next we have these two. So these are Decorative Mesh. I honestly have no idea what to do with these, but I'm really excited to try and figure out something to do with them. I also picked up these felt hearts. They're all pink, but they're really cute, and I think it could be fun to try to do something with them. I also found this fastener strip in the Crafters Square area, which is like a crafty area of the Dollar Tree. So I don't really know what I can do with this, but I thought it could be kind of fun to use or just to add to the stash for future projects if I don't find a way to use it in this. So this one has a little bit of a pass. If I don't use it, it's okay. I picked up these 3 gift bags. I really like them. I kind of am leaning towards this one or maybe even this craft paper one to use first. I'm not really sure, but I love how they look and I'm really excited to kind of take them apart and figure out how to create a journal with them. I also got these doilies. So this is a 24 set and it's just like a heart with, you know, flowers and things like that. And then this one is a big giant pink one and I just really liked it. Then we have these LED lights. I mean, I know that this is like a serious challenge to think that I'm going to use lights to create paper projects, but I think I can do it somehow, maybe. We'll see. Then I got these 2 kind of like larger ribbons. This one is so pretty. It's kind of like clear with red glittery hearts. It just looks Valentine's-y to me. And then this one is just a really pretty pink color with kind of like a silver, and I kind of wish it was more of a coppery gold, but it's okay. And then lastly, I got these 2 ribbons, which I just think were really cute. I especially really liked this one. Let's get started. Let's see what this is even like, just to kind of get a feel. So it kind of even looks like it could be used at Christmas time, which is a little bit of a turn off to me right now because I'm ready to move away from the holidays, but it's also kind of cool. So I don't know really what to do with this, but in some way, I will use it. Okay, so let me clear the space. All right, let's start things off with these bags. So I am just going to figure out which one I want to start with. This one's really pretty because it just kind of is like a clean slate. But this is the one that's calling my name. So let's start with it. So when I made my Christmas journal, I took apart a bag and I created a journal with it. So I kind of want to do the same thing with these bags because I just think it was a really fun project and it's kind of a great way to kind of have a jumping off point. So first things first, let's open this bag up. So all I'm going to do is kind of take it apart here at the bottom first. And I'm going to be gentle, but not too gentle because this part's going to be cut off. Then you can find the seam. So the seam for this bag is right here. It seems very easy to rip this, so I'm just going to cut it. So here we have our bag. Before we get going anymore, I am going to cut off this bottom part because it's all ripped and not really great looking. The first thing I'm going to do is actually flip it over to this side, and here we have this part where the side was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue those 2 sides together, and thankfully it actually matches up the hearts perfectly, which is really nice. Using my tacky glue, I'm just going to put like a thin layer of it along this middle edge, and then I will squish this together. Just kind of smooth it out and flip it and smooth it out. And so we have this little flap. So I am going to glue this along the back side because it will add a lot of stability to the bag. And I don't want it to be on the front because I don't want you to really see it. I don't want it to kind of distract you from the front cover. So we're just gonna smooth that down. What we have already is kind of like a little cover. So next thing we're gonna do is just cut this part off. Then we are gonna cut this off. So here we have our book so far. So you can tell that this is a very flimsy cover, which you don't really necessarily want this as your cover because it's just so wobbly. So I have this pack of Park Lane papers that are kind of cardstock, and I got these from Joann's. So I am just going to look through here and pick a color that I would like to put on the inside here. I actually think I'm gonna go with this darker red. There's 5 colors in here and they're all really pretty, but some of them have a lot more of an orangey, corally tint like this one. So I think I'm gonna stick with true red just because it's a Valentine's Day craft. The next thing I'm gonna do is actually just glue this to this because I really just want it to be really sturdy. I am going to use the tacky glue because I think it's the best glue for when you're trying to make something last and last for a long time. Using different types of glue is always a great idea for a lot of different things, but tacky glue for some reason it's always my go-to. I just think it's so sturdy. So I'm definitely going to put a little bit of extra here down the center and just kind of blob this around. Okay, so I am just going to put this straight on, and I can trim this paper afterward, which it's not 100% perfectly even anyway, so it needs to be trimmed. As always, I use the back of my scissors to kind of push down my paper and smooth it out. I'm actually going to be doing a really fun project to fill this specific book with all one thing, and I'll be sure to share that idea with you guys so that maybe you can do it too. But I'll share more of that idea at the very end. Okay, so that is all smoothed on, and now we are just going to cut it out. Okay, so here we have our little book, and it is so much more sturdy now. I think that for this to have been a gift bag, we have just made something very, very cute. Okay, so now let's fill this book up. What I wanted to do was use a couple of the doilies, and then I'm also going to use a couple of these papers from my Park Lane set. So first let's pick a couple of these. Let's see. See, this one is so orangey. I just don't think that one goes, but we'll go with this one, and you know what? We'll do 2 of those. The Dollar Tree almost always has doilies of different kinds. I was able to get some during Christmas time too, and I just think they're fun. You know, they're kind of silly, but they're also fun. And then we have these pink ones. Okay, so first of all, I am just going to fold these in half. We can trim them down afterward, but to start with, I'm just going to fold them all in half. So of course you could use literally any kind of paper that you wanted to. The Dollar Tree also has lots of different things like coloring books and things like that, and that could be really fun if you found one that kind of had more of, you know, a Valentine's theme, and you could use that as your paper inside of your journal, and then it would really be a true all the way Dollar Tree craft. I should have gotten some paper from there, but I had this at home and I knew that I could use it, so we went with it. So I think I'm gonna do every other one. So first, let's see how big this is. It is a little bit too long, so I'll probably cut it about right there. So we'll do that in a minute. So for the doilies, the thing is that they're not going to be big enough. They're going to be too big. So what I could do is I could fold it in half. It could be like that. and it kind of just be like a little tuck spot or something. I'm not 100% sure. Let's just play around with it and see what happens. So we open it up, and this is our paper, and then you have this little doily. I think that looks cute. It's not as Valentine's-y as I maybe had expected it to be, but it looks cute. Let's see if we can do something better with this pink one. So first, let's fold it in half because it's way too big. What if I cut it down the center right here? And then put it on here like this. Oh, look, that looks cute. Okay, that is much cuter than the white. So we're gonna have to rethink the white one. That is really cute. Gonna scrap this one. So let's see, let's get this all cut down to size. Ooh, okay, and then let's see, on the other side it looks really cute too, and you could definitely put some decoration right there. So a lot of the times I don't get a Valentine's Day present from my husband because my birthday is literally 3 days after Valentine's Day. And so most of the time my Valentine's Day is my birthday. But it's been like that, you know, my whole life because my birthday's always been 3 days after Valentine's. So I've kind of just gotten used to it. So far, it's looking like this. Open, and you have this. And I think I'll definitely sew that down so it's like a little tuck spot. And then you'll open it up and then you see this. And I think I'll leave this one open so you can kind of put something underneath of it. And then you'll have another tuck spot right there. And then on this back part, I'll leave it and you can have, or I might glue that down and let that be the page. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to think about it. That's coming along really cute. So we'll definitely replicate that with these pages, but let's move on and think about decorating. So these little felt hearts are cute and not cute at the same time. I really wanted to try them out because I don't know, I just kind of felt like they would be a fun little addition to a Valentine junk journal. So it could be there, but I'm thinking on the inside here, I don't know for sure what to do yet. First, let's kind of take these out. This video is all over the place. We're just crafting together, not taking anything too seriously, which is the whole point. I really want to give this tool a try. I think it's really fun and glittery, and let's see what we think. It could go on the inside of the cover. Whoo, glitter's everywhere already. Or it could go on the outside cover, which I kind of like. So I think what I would do was actually sew this on. So we'll kind of think of that for the outside. That adds such a cute layer. Okay, and then on the inside, this tool and this heart ribbon were definitely my two favorite things. So I think this could be cute right here as a little pocket on the inside. And what I want to do is I want to get out my sewing machine to put these kinds of things down. But if you don't have a sewing machine, you can just use double-sided tape or you can use glue. It's completely up to you. And then for these ribbons, it could be fun to do kind of like a little something where you can like slide things in. And then for these, ooh, I could sew this down too. That would add a really cool little element. And then like on this kind of page, what if we had this ribbon kind of like here or something, and then it was also like a little tuck spot. I think that's the best way to maybe use these. And you know what I just thought of? It would be really cool to put brads in on this. Let's try that. Okay, I've got these little paper fastener brads, which I actually got at scrapbook.com, but they might actually have things like this at the Dollar Tree if you look hard in the school section or in the craft section. They honestly have so many things there. You can be pretty creative. So, whoa, just splashed those things all over my desk. That was insane. We'll definitely have to do something to cover them up on the other side though, is the only thing. But that's okay. We can figure out something. And one of them will be hidden by the doily. So I'm just going to punch this through, and sometimes I like to use my hole puncher to make sure my holes are perfect so that it doesn't look that bad. But with this is just like a simple, easy project, and I think it would be best to just punch it in and not think too hard about anything. Just have fun with it. So I want to challenge all of you guys to do this as well. Like, just buy some stuff at the Dollar Tree, go spend $10, and then come home and try to create something cool. It's really fun, it's very freeing, and it's a nice little way to spend the afternoon. Plus you have an awesome finished project by the end of it. So win-win. So this is really cute. It's gonna make a great little tuck spot for something. I really like that, and now I kind of want to have another one. You know, the more I open this up to that, I really like it. So I just had a little bit of an idea. What if I use some of this to go underneath of that? Could almost just be like an accent page. And you could put something on the heart, like almost like it was like a conversation heart. So what if you kind of had it bunched up like that? And then you put the heart right on top of it. So it was almost like that, but not quite as messy, because that'd be kind of cool. And then the heart just kind of stands out. It's almost like a little Valentine that you open up and see. I think that's really cute. I might do that, I might not. Let's wait and see. I think what I want to do on this opposite side right here is put another ribbon with brads, just so that there's two different little tuck spots. So let's use this heart one next. I really like this heart ribbon. I think it's so cute. So cute. I have so many ideas for these Dollar Tree DIY kind of projects this year. A lot of them are going to be junk journal related because that's my favorite hobby, but a lot of them might just be crafty related because crafts are fun. In general, crafts are fun. So who knows? I think I'm going to punch this right in the heart, which sounds kind of bad that I'm going to punch something right in the heart, but you know, it's okay. I definitely need to figure out something to cover up these brads, but we will do that in a minute. Okay, I have all of my little doilies cut, and so they are going to be on all of these pages, kind of like in and out. So in this middle section, I definitely will be putting this kind of little thing, and it'll be almost like a little Valentine on the inside here. But what I have decided, let's just open this up so you can clearly see that this is literally just half of the doily. What I'm going to be doing is using some of this craziness and actually sewing it to this page right here. So this is where my brads are. You can see on the inside here it has both of my little ribbons. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew this down, and then when my little doily is on top of it, it almost looks like this like cozy little snowy scene, but it'll still be like a little tuck spot to put something. You can barely see the brads that way, and I just think it adds like a really cool texture and a really cool look. So I'm definitely going to be sewing that on, and somehow, luckily, it's basically the same size as my paper. So I feel like it was meant to be. So I'm going to do that on that one. And then I think, so that it's kind of spaced out enough, I'm going to do it on this one as well, which is the other like darker red color. And I think I'll use the red mesh for this one. I don't really think you can tell that big of a difference once they're laid out. Yeah, you really can't. But you can see it on this paper a little bit better because you can kind of see the red color. I think that's the better option. And I'm not going to trim this perfectly because I kind of want a little bit of this mesh to hang over the edge after I sew it. I think it will look really cool. So what I'm going to do is I am literally going to take my sewing machine and sew all of these crazy little things down, and then I will show you. So what I'm going to do to make this work is literally just lay this mesh right on top of the paper, and see how it hangs off the side a little? That's okay with me. And then I'm just going to slide it right underneath my sewing machine, and then I'm just going to sew it. So I just finished all of these different little pages on the sewing machine. So first let me show you the cover. So I did put the glittery mesh over top, and I love it. I love how it looks. So I decided to put one of these little felt hearts on the front, and I only sewed right here at the bottom. So it's like a little pocket. So I want to stick something out of it, and I think it could be kind of cute to do like flowers of some sort, maybe like paper flowers, and make them like stick out like a bouquet. And if I did that, I could even like maybe fold it down like this to make it be like a little bouquet of flowers. But we'll have to do that later because I haven't 100% decided yet. So this is what it's looking like so far. And then you're gonna open it up. I definitely need to cover this, but I think I'll end up covering it with something that I actually put in the journal. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now. All of these have sewn on elements that I really just love so much. So when you open it up, you will see this, and this is a little pocket, of course. I ended up sewing the doilies down along with the little mesh stuff because then it was already attached and I didn't have to worry about glue not sticking to these little, whatever they are, styrofoam balls, I guess. I don't know. So I think that looks really fun. And then you open it up and you have this little thing right here. And then you have another little pocket, plain page, pocket, another pocket. And then I ended up putting my little pocket of this right here. I totally forgot about this ribbon, which feels like a little bit of a fail because I could have put it in here, but it's too late now. So then you fold, and of course you just have more pockets, and then here is the last page with the little strip, and that is it. So I think it looks awesome. Now we just need to bind it. So what we're gonna do is just open it up, and let me get my binding kit out. I got my binding kit off of Amazon, but I mean, honestly, you can use anything you have. You can poke a hole through this with a needle or anything you have, and you can use embroidery thread or string or anything. You don't have to have a binding kit to make this work. And that is something I have certainly learned through all of my crafting. The first thing I do is just kind of get these all how I want them, including the cover, because this is just a simple little book, nothing too fancy, nothing too important. It's just for fun. And okay, while I bind this, I will talk to you guys about what I think I'm gonna fill it with. I'm really excited. Okay, so if you guys don't know how to bind, I'll just tell you real quick how I do it. I punch 3 holes, 1 in the middle and then 2 on either side of it. So we'll do that first. So while we were out today, I ran into Staples because, very silly me, I dropped my computer and broke the cord. So I had to go to Staples to get a new cord for my computer. I, of course, was browsing in Staples. And while I was in there, I saw some black and white film for my Fujifilm, and I love my Fujifilm camera. It's one of my favorite things that I have, and so I really wanted to use it and kind of do like a challenge of taking pictures with that. Oh, whoops, I almost messed up. Okay, so you go in through the middle first, and then I hold on to my string so that I can't move it. And then you go through that, and then up, and then you go all the way to the top one, skipping over the center, and pull it down, And then you go through the center again, and then you pull it out. And then you just tie a little knot. And I like to double knot it just to be safe. And then you just snip it. And I do like to leave my strings so that I can put a couple little beads on there. I just think it makes it extra special. Why don't we just do that real quick while I'm still chatting? So I got this black and white film set for my Fujifilm, and I want to take all 10 of the pictures of the kids, and I want to put them in this book, and I want to do it during the month of February so that it can kind of be like a little Valentine's thing. I have a lot of different Valentine's crafts planned, and one of them I also am doing with stuff I got at the Dollar Tree. And I want to make this little mailbox and sit it on our coffee. Oh, look at that. It's just going to hang out of the bottom just a little bit. I just put 3 beads on it. That looks so cute. I want to make this little mailbox and have it sit on our coffee bar so we can write little letters to each other throughout the month of February and kind of have these little surprise Valentines occasionally. And we can kind of just, whenever the mailbox sign is up, that means that somebody has a piece of mail. So anyway, that's another craft I have planned, but I'm hoping to kind of have this sitting on the coffee bar too, along with the Fujifilm camera, so that we can take different pictures throughout the month and then just kind of slip them in here in different spots, and also fill it up with all of our little notes we leave each other in the mailbox. Guys, I'm so excited. Here is our journal. It's bound nice and beautifully, and then we have all kinds of things. So this would hopefully be like maybe like a letter somebody made for somebody, and then you can stick all the different little pictures that we take of each other and all the different letters, and oh, it's just so cute. I will say, looking through it, I wish I had another one of these. I think this is a great pocket, and it's probably my favorite pocket in the whole book. So I do wish there was more of those. Now, this is definitely not staying closed very easy. So the very last thing we're gonna do is put an eyelet here and make a little tie. I wanna use this ribbon to make the little tie on the side, so let's do that. Okay, so again, this is optional. You definitely don't have to do it, but if you don't have an eyelet kit, you can just do like a little hole punch right here and put your ribbon on there. So this can truly be something you make using only stuff from the Dollar Tree if that's what you have and that's what you want to do. You do not have to have any of these fancy tools, not that they're fancy, but you know what I mean. You don't have to have anything fancy to make this project functional and work, and you could have your own little Valentine book to sit out and fill with all of your family's little things. I can't wait to start the little mailbox and have it out, and it's gonna be really fun. I'm excited. I think my kids will be too. They really like to make each other little things during Valentine's Day, and I think this will be a really fun surprise for them. So I'm gonna use red, or do I wanna use white? You know what? I think I wanna use white. I think I like that better. So let me know if you guys think this is a fun idea, if you would do it in your own family, if you are gonna make one of these little Dollar Tree journals, or maybe you wanna like challenge yourself to make something at the Dollar Tree like I did, but you end up making something different than I did. I think that would be really cool too. Maybe even you buy a lot of the same materials and then you have to create something different than me. I don't know. I just think it's so fun to do like craft challenges and try to like push your brain to think about possibilities of what you could do. It's just, I don't know, it's just really fun. We got those all on there. That looks so cute. Ah, I love it. I love this project. This is so fun. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself enough to make a pretty good bow. So let's do about like this. And we'll do another one. Put a little knot on the inside here so that this can't go through. And then I'll just trim off this excess. So we've got one, and do this back one. This has been such a fun project, and the end result is really making me smile. I really like it. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts. Please comment down below and let me know what you think about this. I just love it. Okay, let's take a final flip through before we tie it shut. Okay, so definitely we're gonna put some kind of something in here. Maybe one of the girls will even make some sort of flower that could go in there at some point. That will be so cute. And I love the glitter overlaying this bag. Like, that's so cool. Can you even believe this turned into this? I love it. It's so fun. Okay, so let's just open it. And then of course, I definitely want to cover that up. It's kind of bothering me, to be honest with you, but it's okay. And then we have all of our pockets and our tuck spots, and it's just a lot of fun. And I love all the hand sewn, or not hand sewn, machine sewn, but I love all the machine sewn little pieces everywhere. I just think that looks really pretty. And if that's not for you, if you don't really like that, then you can just glue these things down. You definitely don't have to use a sewing machine. It was just something I wanted to do to add a little bit more texture. Oh goodness, look at this one, it ripped. Okay, well, that's okay. It doesn't matter. So there we go. So we will just tie this shut with a really pretty little bow. And there we go. I could probably make this a little bit shorter. We're gonna trim that down, like a little haircut, because that was a little bit long. Look how cute. I love it so much. That was really, really fun. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to make one too, or what you would do if you had these objects from the Dollar Tree, or if you go pick them up. I would love to know. So yeah, we'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye.